Three, two, one. Hi guys, it's Jason here, live from Cottage Grove, Oregon. Today we are going to preview the Washington versus Oregon, a very big rivalry in the Northwest. I call it the I-5 Cordell Showdown. It's not official rivalry name. So it's a big rivalry. As a Duck fan, I don't like Washington more than I don't like Oregon State. I really don't hate Oregon State really per se. I can stand them. One of my good friends is a Beaver fan, so in Washington, I just can't stand them ever since 2007. I believe when they danced it on the O after the ball game. That was like 30 minutes after the ball game. I could have my years mixed up, but they danced it on the O. And ever since that, I just couldn't stand Washington. Moving up here in '99 with my family, and just never really liked in Washington. My first experience with Washington as a kid, I watched the Purdue versus Washington game, the Rose Bowl game. What I could remember when watching Washington and whatnot. So that's a little backstory for that. We'll talk about this rivalry throughout this video, and let's break it down. Washington comes in a 3-point favorite. This game, 12:30. It'll either be on ABC or ESPN2. If you're in Oregon in the Northwest Corridor, I assume ABC. If you're not in the Northwest or the West Coast, I'm assuming ESPN2. Just check your channels, whatnot. It's either going to be on ABC, ESPN2. So, let's break this down. Washington, a very good team. The only one loss on the years to Auburn. Since that, they really haven't been impressive. What I've seen, they beat up on BYU 35-7, but they only beat UCLA by 7 points. And I get this. You're playing a weaker opponent before you're playing a big time opponent. What you will do, tentatively as a team, you take that opponent that you have before a big time game, and then you'll just play vanilla defenses, vanilla offense, and just make sure that you don't lose that ball game. Whatnot. Jake Browning, 4-year starter. He's 2-1 against Oregon, 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 INTs. It's like a Kellen Moore quarterback, especially with the Chris Peterson offense. He won't turn over the ball. He'll turn over the ball early in the games, but he won't turn over the ball when the game matters the most. Miles Gaston, 500 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns. He's rushed it for 1,000 yards every year. Since he's been in Washington, I assume that he's going to hit the 1,000-yard mark this year. And 554 yards and 2 touchdowns as a wide receiver. A very good wide receiver, very underrated. If you don't know his name, he's a very good wide receiver. He'll probably give Oregon DBs fits all day. Let's break down this Washington team by the numbers. They average 29.2 points per game. They allow 13.7. Very stingy defense. They'll allow opponents in the red zone, but they'll make them settle for field goals. Very good defense in that part. 442 yards on offense. They only give up 304.5 on defense. passing the game 272 on offense per game, and only giving up 174 yards passing. With saying that, Washington hasn't faced a quarterback like Justin Herbert all year. People may say Jarrett Stidham. No offense to Auburn fans, I don't think Jarrett Stidham is a caliber quarterback like Justin Herbert. So it'll be interesting. Their DBs are very, very good. Most of them will be playing in the NFL. I truly believe that. Whatnot. I think the whole secondary that 2 years ago that played in in Austin Stadium isn't in the NFL this year. All very close to it. Watching game, they will watch the ball for about a buck 70, 129 defensively giving up on the ground. Like I said, Washington's a very good team. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, we should roll over them. But, like I said, I'll give respect to Washington. I don't have to like them. They're very coached. Always Chris Peterson, the team. It's a well-coached team. These are the two least penalized teams in the Pac-12. And I expect a very clean game, but in a rivalry game, things may be heated at times. So let's talk about Oregon, led by Justin Herbert, 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns. That leads the Pac-12, I believe, and the 5 INTs. CJ Verdell is the leading rusher, redshirt freshman, 420 yards. 2 touchdowns, and Dylan Mitchell is the number 1 target for Herbert. 442 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Hello?
Oregon as a team, 45 points per game, and 24 given up defensively. Total yards, 503 yards offensively. Oregon gives up. 503 yards Oregon gains offensively, 346 yards they give up defensively, 287 offensively passing, 238 given up, and rushing is 216 offensively and 108 given up. This Oregon rush defense has to be good. They were great against Stanford a couple of weeks ago. Granted, that Stanford loss, it's not looking that great, especially when Stanford has been blown out in 5 of the last 6 halves. That one half is they came back on Oregon. Let's talk about some other numbers. Sacks, offensive line. Gotta protect your quarterbacks. Washington has given up 10 sacks on it the year to Oregon's 7. Defensively, you gotta get after the quarterback. Oregon, 16 sacks on it the year. That is 26 in the nation. Washington only 8 sacks on it the year. 97. They have to get after Herbert to have a chance in this ball game. These defenses are pretty much the same when it comes to third down defense. Both of them are giving up about 52%. 52% getting off the field on third down. So that is top 10 in the country. These two defenses really get off the field. Offensively, offensively they're at 52%. Very good at converting the third downs. It's going to be the defense who gets off the field, doesn't give up any third and longs, wins on third and short, and it could get off the field, especially when it could force a punt and whatnot. And who's the team that's going to win on the fourth and the short when the opponent is in no man's land, around the 35-yard line to the 45-yard line of the opponent. Defensively, third down, Oregon 35%. That's very good. That is top 50 in the country. Washington 42% on third down. That's 98th in the country. So Washington has to force a couple more third downs. Has to get off the field. This is a Washington team that doesn't turn over the opponent very much. They have 2 INTs on the year to Oregon's 8th. So Oregon is 12th in the country in interceptions. Washington is 107th. That's very alarming to me. Whatnot. So that's all the numbers for this game. Let me talk to you about what I think. I think Oregon can win this ball game. Will they? I don't know. But I will say this. Stanford's the experience that Stanford gave Oregon, the experience Oregon has from that Stanford game, I think will come into play here. The reason I say that, it grows a team when they have a situation that they went through on 3 weeks ago. I think this is a very good team 3 weeks ago, but yet this Washington team is gonna make you earn it. You can't turn over the ball against Washington. You can't give them any scooping scores. You can't give them any pick six. Any momentum plays that's gonna swing the momentum into Washington's way. And I would say it for the same against Washington. Washington, they've been a very good defense of not allowing the explosive plays. Can they do that against Oregon? This is the best offense that Washington has faced, and this is the best defense that Oregon has faced. So, looking at this, I think Oregon has the advantage in offense. I'll take Justin Herbert over Browning. I think Oregon has the offensive line experience, especially when Washington is missing the best offensive lineman for the year. I think Oregon does a better job of protecting Herbert than Washington does protecting Browning. So I would give the offensive line to Oregon. Wide receivers, I would give it to Washington because I think Washington has better 2-3 targets than Herbert does. Herbert has been looking to Mitchell a lot. Granted, Mitchell has been open a lot, but can he get consistent play out of Johnny Johnson, out of Boone and Ken O'Donnell? Those would be the question. If Herbert could find the second and third options consistency in this game, this is going to help Oregon. Defensively side, overall, I have to give the slight edge to Washington. Washington, they give up less points per game, 9 points better on the defensive side. But D-line, I'll give the edge to Oregon. I think Oregon with Jordan Jeltz, Jadon Scott is a lot better than what Washington has. Washington has good players all over that defense, but I'll give Oregon the slight edge. Linebackers, I think it's a really tie. It's a tie between Oregon and Washington. Washington has very good linebackers, so does Oregon. Troy Dye, Justin Harlins, and whatnot. They have to stop the run. If Gaston runs over for about $150 and a couple of scores, Oregon is in trouble. DBs I'll give Washington the edge. I know they haven't turned over the ball, but what the DBs for Washington does, they don't let you over the top. What they'll do is they'll let you catch it, but they won't allow a lot of yards after the catch. So, saying this, I think this is going to be a very balanced game, very competitive game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like the last 2 years have been. Saying that, I think Oregon needs to score at least 14 points on offense in the second half. We know that they can score in the first half. The second quarter has been very big for Oregon. But if they struggle in the second half, I think Washington wins this ball game. Probably wins it going away. But if Oregon can get sustained offense in the second half, I think Oregon wins. So this is, like I said, against the Stanford game. This game can go very different ways. Washington could blow out Oregon. That's a very possibility. Oregon could blow out Washington. That's a very possibility with Oregon's firepower. This could be a close game either way. Washington, Oregon. This could be an overtime game. Me being a Duck fan, I think Oregon wins by 17 or more. Me being a college football fan, I think Washington wins by 10. So I'm very conflicted, but like I said, and I'll just say it like this, I think Washington is in a long day. I think Washington gets upset. I think 38-17 Oregon wins. I think Oregon has learned a lot from that Stanford game. They're going to be really wanting this win, and Oregon off of a bye, a fresh team, Washington played on the road. I think Oregon could win 38-17. I know that's a large margin, but I think Oregon could get it done. This is not me being a fanboy or whatnot, but I think Oregon has really learned a lot from that Stanford game. So my prediction is Oregon 38, Washington 17, 12:30 on ABC and ESPN. Probably the best game in that slate. If you're an LSU Georgia fan, I suggest you put on this game on a tablet or whatnot. Two very good games at the same time. Once again, my name's Jason, and I don't like Washington, but go Ducks, and have a great day, and I'll talk to you recapping this game, and go Ducks.